Thank you. Okay, this should be working now. So sorry about that. No audio. Okay, let's start from the beginning. RB Tubin, thanks. Yeah, I'm not in Toronto. That's where Elaine is from. So my bad. Sorry about the audio. That's such a drag. I'm sure people are just like, what the heck's wrong with this guy? Jamie Daniel, what's happening, Kat? Roxborough, North Carolina. Good to see you, dude. Laura, thanks for tuning in again. Good to have you back. Appreciate you. RB Tubin, let me know if it's working now. It should be working now. Son of a gun. Sorry about that. Let me just double check it one more time. It looks like it's going through, so please, yes. Don't want to make this mistake. All right, let's get into it. I know you guys hear me play. You don't want to hear me just talk a bunch. The reason I'm doing Benny Golson, I said at the beginning, is just that he's like one of the great composers. He didn't have a ton of tunes that he composed, but the ones that he did, they're all great. And some of them were recorded by, did like marvelous orchestrations by Quincy Jones. There's one of Along Came Betty on this Quincy Jones album called Body Heat. It's really, really like unique take on that tune. We're going to start with Along Came Betty, actually. Let's cue that up. And yeah, just a lot of the tunes that he wrote, they present these unique challenges. And it's really, really fun to get to do them. Cool. We got audio back. Maybe it was censorship, yeah. Maybe the things I said earlier weren't meant to be heard. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I am from New York. I'm from Cleveland originally. I lived in New York for like 15 years, so I've almost lived in both places for the same amount of time. So very astute of you for pointing that out. I'm actually in Cleveland right now, but I'm going to be kind of living in both places for the next few years. I'll elaborate on that a little more later. Thank you all for being here, and let's play some tunes. Yeah, wow. That tune never ceases to surprise me. I don't actually know who Betty is. I got to see a Benny Golson concert in Cincinnati. He came to Cincinnati, and if anybody has a story behind who Betty is, I think it might have been, of course, a attractive woman in his past that took him by surprise, or maybe like an ex-girlfriend. But yeah, it's a great song and very unique. Like there's literally no songs like this one. So it's been recorded by a lot of other cats. One of my favorite versions of this one is it's called Reed's Ramblin'. Is the name of the album, and it's Chris Cheek and Seamus Blake, and they have like a Latin version of this chord progression and like a melody that they wrote over the chord progression. Check that out if you're interested in just like getting some different takes on this tune. But yeah, great stuff. I think the next one I had was Whisper Not, but it's like the same tempo, so I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do Stablemates. We had a good question about Stablemates here, so let's talk about it. Stablemates has a 14-bar phrase. Can you explain that? Sort of. For lack of a better explanation, this 14-bar phrase, I think, is what you're talking about. It's just the A section, really. You'll see there's like an extra 2 bars here. Generally, phrases work in groups of 4, but sometimes you'll have an extra 2 bars on there. So just figuring out where that extra 2 bars is can save you a lot of sanity. So like, that's the 4-bar phrase right there. I think that this middle phrase can be thought of as like a 6-bar phrase. So it's literally 4 bars plus 6 plus 4. And that's where you get your 14-bar phrase from. And the bridge is just an 8-bar phrase, and then the last A is the same, 14 bars. So that's another very unique composition that Benny Golson wrote, and I believe he wrote this for Coltrane, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong about that. But Stablemates is such a cool title for a tune, and such a appropriate title because they were around the same age. I think Coltrane was a couple of years older than Benny Golson, and they used to hang out. They used to practice together. They're both from Philadelphia, and there's more story behind this tune. I think Coltrane wrote Moment's Notice over Stablemates, or is somehow related to Stablemates. I could be wrong with that, but somebody told me that along the lines. But yeah, if anybody has the information behind that, let me know. I like that we can also follow the changes with you. Cool. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. I'm sure other live streamers are going to start doing this soon. I always love to see the different stuff that's happening behind a soloist. It kind of makes the experience more of like visual and auditory, depending on how much you know about the chords that are happening, they're going by. But you can still see and like think about what those chords might mean, regardless of what your skill level is. 14 bars sounds like a single block over in Lower Manhattan. Yeah, there's definitely a couple blocks like that, I'm sure, with 14 bars on them, no doubt. Very, that's clever to come up with a tune called 14 Bars, dedicated to New York. All right, let's do some Stablemates. Turn the volume back down. Sorry about that. I think I have the transpose button on, and I need to fix that. It might be reading a C instrument instead of a B flat instrument. It happens sometimes. Sorry about that. Why is it? Technical difficulties. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I did. Sorry. It is reading the C instrument. I'm just playing it in the wrong key. So, problem solved. Make sure this still looks nice. And yeah, back to business. Why are you doing that? All right, here we go. that was enough choruses, I think, right? Started to kind of run out of ideas, I guess. 8 choruses is a lot. And that's one of the interesting things about this whole experience, too, is like, I probably could have done 2 more, but it just seems like I would never take that many choruses in a live gig on that tune unless things were really cooking with the rhythm section. I could do different things thematically, I guess. But yeah, super fun. Great tune. Not an easy key either. D flat, concert D flat, E flat on a tenor. Not ideal sometimes, but I always like coming back to that one because it gives you, it reminds you of like areas of the instrument that you don't know and all sorts of stuff. I just said something here. Becky and thank you. I'm liking this horn too. Yeah, it's very, very good horn and made with precision, but with like less expensive parts. So it's a really good deal. Check out John Petruccelli. That's who's designing it. And the horn's for sale if anybody is interested. It's marked down at $22.50. Is that Noah? Who's Noah? Is it Noah Osmosis? Oh yeah, that could be a Noah. What's up, Kat? No, have we met before? I know you've been tuning into my streams for a while. It'd be cool to put a name to the YouTube. Does this song have words? As far as I know, it does not have words, but wouldn't be hard to put words to that one. Could put some words about train and just the Philly Cats. No, there might be an Eddie Jefferson version. He did lyrics for Killer Joe. Yeah, somebody must have put words to this by now. Good call. Coltrane was born in North Carolina, that's correct. I'm pretty sure you spent some time in Philadelphia, though. Real book definitely has mistakes. It always does. It always will. The fake real book. The new real books, those are always like solid and like super accurate. And the published versions, super. I think I heard at least 2 quotes in there, maybe more. Love hearing those. Oh, okay. I think I might have quoted Laura in there, actually. that one was for you. Yeah, quotes are great. Playing with Benny this morning. Noticed some C sharps. That should be C naturals. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. B sharps. It should be B naturals. Yeah. Yes, indeed. This is so fun. Thank you all for being here. Let's get to the next song. What did I have next? Let's see. Let's do I Remember Clifford. I was listening to the original recording of this. This is a great tribute to Clifford. I remember hearing Benny Golson tell a story about how he composed this shortly after they found out Clifford Brown had passed away, and all the musicians were, just blown away by it, and it's a tragedy. He was taken from us way too soon, like many other trumpet players, actually, in the... Oh, I'm going to drink this real quick, sorry. Like many other trumpet players were. And, yeah, a lot of people got the news at the same time. I think there was like a big band gig or a gig that a lot of musicians were on at the same time, and they were all just overly struck by it. I think they were driving at some point, driving back from a gig, and Clifford and Richie Powell passed away or were in the same car. And, yeah, so as soon as that had, as soon as Benny Golson got wind of this, he wrote this tune for the great Clifford Brown, and it was recorded famously by Lee Morgan with a really nice band on it. I would have loved to hear Clifford Brown play over this tune because it is a beautiful chord progression and just some really interesting repetitions of phrases in there, but just beautiful stuff. I know that Clifford would have given it the time and attention it deserves, and I'm going to try and do that too. So let's get into it. All right, so put this over here. All right. Just a beautiful one. The form is a little strange. Like the second half is much longer than the first half of the form, but beautiful stuff. Let's see here. Comments on here. What type of horn is that? I'm playing the John Ledbetter alto, and then the tenor that we were talking about earlier is called a shore sax by John Petruccelli. He's a really great tenor player and lived in Ohio for a minute, but he's from New Jersey, and he got into the sax making game. So yeah, he's awesome. Laura heard the Laura quote. Thanks, Laura. The first chord is F sharp for the tenor. I guess I'm not sure which tune you're talking about there. Sorry, I kind of already forgot the train of thought here. Thanks, Kat. Nice alto sound. Thank you, Becky. Sorry, I had to get the microphone level right. I didn't want to be playing too loud on alto. That's always a real screecher for the ears. It can cause you to lose friends quickly. Alto doesn't really get a bad rap. It's just that I think alto needs to be played very responsibly, because when it's not, it can sound very disruptive, for lack of a better word. But yeah, I try to keep it inside. The altissimo on my alto playing is definitely not as intact as the tenor is, just because I have had a little less time and it's a little bit harder to control. Sorry, I'm just looking for the next tune. Let's do Whisper Not next. That's a really fun one. I'm going to play that on alto as well. Oh yeah, man, so much to... Oh, thanks, Jamie. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for being here. SAC, thank you so much. These are much appreciated, these comments. I appreciate you all being here and listening. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing this probably for the unforeseeable future until I guess I run out of covers to do, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So I'm happy to just continue on this path. Whisper Not. I don't have any cool stories about this other than that there is a great big band arrangement of this tune that you should definitely check out. It has an interesting little interlude. I'm not going to play that today, but there's some other pieces to this song that there aren't normally on normal tunes. So listening to, again, the original recording of these is always a great thing to do. Whisper Not. Yeah, that one, I usually ended up practicing that tune for a while because if you look at it, it has these repeating sequences of chords. It's very much related to minor, like learning your minor 2/5s and learning them well, and just even just being able to play arpeggios over these chords is really, really useful for understanding how, I guess, a chord's minor relates to its half diminished. Like this A half diminished 7 is the same really chord tones as C minor 7, but it's with a different root. It has the A and the bass. It's like C minor over A basically. So it helps you to understand, how a minor chord is related to a half diminished chord. But because it keeps repeating through these different, it's just 3 different key centers over and over and over again. You really start to have to unpack, like which chords am I not playing well, or which chords do I need to practice more in order to make this progression kind of like come out of just make the progression come to life when you're improvising over it. And if you listen to Benny Golson playing over this, you can hear that he clearly does that. And this song is just like a great challenge for improving your ability to play the minor 2/5s. Marcos LS. What's your alto mouthpiece read and setup? Yeah, I love this setup. This is a 10M fan Alto Madness piece. It's one of the only alto pieces that he has without a step baffle in it. And yeah, it's just everything comes out beautifully, and it's crystal clear response. And once you get a really good read, I'm playing actually a Rico Royal 2 read on this with the Boston Sax Shop ligature. And yeah, I love it. It's, I don't know, just like from bottom to the top of the horn, it's got good intonation, and it just responds really well. It does all the things that I wanted to do. Oh, Danny Aguilar, bro. What's happening, man? Thank you, dude. Appreciate you being here. Hope all is well with you and the fam up in Canada. Thanks, Laura. Cool, we're going to do one more. This one's called, this is like a less common one. This was on his album that he did with the Jazz Messengers, or Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, when Benny Golson was with them. And this album is just killer. This is from the album Moanin', Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. And yeah, Are You Real just is on the, I'm pretty sure it's on that album. But of course Moanin' is on that album, which is a killing Bobby Timmons tune. Yeah, let's pull it up. Let's check it out. I have to switch something here for a second, so give me 1 second. Present, share. All right, so we should be good with that. I'm gonna change the dynamics of the screen here to that, so you can see the chords a little better. This backing track. Alright, this backing track is a little bit different. It's from a different program, so hopefully it sounds cool. And hopefully the levels are cool. Folding on the melody there. I was transposing the alto key, I think, right? Why does that sound like that? That doesn't make any sense. Yes, okay, this is in the wrong freaking key, that's why. Yeah, my bad. So instead of, sitting here trying to figure this out on the stream, I'm just gonna improvise over it in this key, which is different than the original key. The song is supposed to be in E flat, but the 2/5s here are different. Whatever. This is not a good backing track, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Just play over the chords. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go back to the first chorus here. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is the problem when you don't actually check the backing track before the live stream. My bad on that. So that said, it was an E flat, but it was actually an A flat. So kind of a weird thing that just happened. Sorry about that. Thank you everybody for being here. Check those tunes out in real life, and feel free to leave a comment on that backing track video that they have it in the wrong key. I'm gonna leave a comment. Just maybe they'll upload the correct key and y'all can practice and play with that one. But yeah, you guys rock. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next one. I was thinking of doing Wayne Shorter tunes, but eventually I'm gonna start to have to go into more modern and things that people haven't done before. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I do want to cover my favorites and some of the classic stuff too. So yeah, if anybody wants to hear something specifically, leave a line and send me a message, and I'm happy to cover some new territory. Always love doing this. So great to see you all. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Yeah, onward and upward.